Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, everyone in the whole wide world, and even those that's sick and not feeling good today. Just want to give everyone a big hello. And yes, thank God for waking up this morning. You know, that's my rhyme. You know, every day I say that. Every day I must say that. I have to. Because the Holy Spirit is what get us all up. And yeah, I just finished grooming myself. It's exactly 1:23 in the afternoon. This is the life, folks. When you retire, you have to just take it all in. Relax. Do you when you want to do you. I am dead serious. You don't have to rush out to no job. You don't have to answer to no supervisors. Even some of them are harsh and mean and cruel and all that other bad stuff. You don't have to put up with none of that shit anymore. I am dead serious. And it feels so good. It feels so good. You know what I'm saying? You got your money coming into your account. You pay your bills. You can go shopping. Do whatever the hell you want to do. And smile. Keep smiling. Keep shining. I am dead serious. Because, folks, you only got one life to live. And when your life is over, that's it. So you have to enjoy some of that money that you earn, because if you don't, when you lay there stiff, can't move, can't do nothing, your brain, everything is dead, which means you are unalive, your family is going to enjoy your earnings. Yes, they will. And you have to get up and enjoy it while you're alive. Enjoy some of it. You can't use up all of it, because like me, I wouldn't want to use up all of mine. Because I I'm leaving something for my daughter and my grandkids. But in the meantime, some folks, they don't leave nothing for nobody, but the family and stuff be fighting over they earnings. You know what I'm saying? And that's a daggone shame. They don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Only a lot of them go to the funeral because they want to see and hear what's going on, and then try to get whatever they can get. And then when the funeral business is over, they just go on about their business. They don't even give a shit no more about nothing. You know what I'm saying? As long as they get piece of the pie, they don't care. So that's why you got to enjoy your earnings. You know what I'm saying? You might not be able to enjoy all of it, but enjoy some of it. Because I sure am. I sure am. And make sure you have some kind of insurance coverage and shit like that. Like, you see me, I have cover insurance coverage for my granddaughters and my daughter, in case something happened to them. I could take care of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not business with what they have, but I do that for them. You know what I'm saying? Because there are mines. And there's a lot of folks out there, they don't even have no kind of insurance coverage. You know what I'm saying? When they die, they, in their mind, they say, a lot of them say, and I know this for a fact, a lot of them be saying or telling their friends or other family members, oh, I'm not worrying about stuff like that. My brother will take care of it. My sister will take care of it. My mother will take care of it. My dad will take care of it. They don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They have some cruel people out there. That's how they think. They live their life, and they will not put aside a penny to cover no kind of insurance. You know what I'm saying? And when a person is unalive, um, the burial and stuff, it's costly. You know what I'm saying? The cheapest way, they said, is um, cremation. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm not really into cremation, but as a matter of fact, I already wrote out my obituary and everything. I said in a prior video, I wrote that out when my sister passed away. My youngest sister, because I have two that passed away. The youngest one, believe you me, I started thinking and I started writing my obituary out. You know what I'm saying? Because you be lost. Like somebody close to you pass away and you never dealt with stuff like that before. It's breathtaking. You know what I'm saying? You don't be knowing what to do or whatever. You have to ask people like we did. And but we had gotten it together. You know what I'm saying? We had gotten it together, but I don't want my daughter or my granddaughters and them to be worrying about stuff like that. When I pass, I already have everything put aside. I spoke to my granddaughter. I told her where what is and what isn't is, and um, she can just go to my house and find the right documentations that she need, make the phone calls and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And do the do. Um, some folks don't tell they family members nothing. And then when they pass away now, the person have to be plucking every little strand of hair out of their head trying to find this and find that. Then come to find out the person that had no kind of insurance. You know what I'm saying? And now you gotta try to look for money or whatever to bury this person. That is not fair. That is so cruel. And I don't want my daughter or my granddaughters them going through nothing like that. So that's why I got my shit together. I am dead serious. So I suggest that y'all do the same. If y'all haven't done it yet, y'all better start doing it. That's if you care, because a lot of people don't give a shit. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna die anyway. When I die, somebody will take care of it." You know what I'm saying? But that's you and that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cruel like that. I don't like that. Yeah. So, but in the meantime, while you breathing, enjoy some of your earnings. I'm dead serious. I know a lot of people watch my video and they probably say, "Oh my God, this girl, she goes shopping all the time." It's not that I go shopping all the time. I be looking for sales. I pick up stuff that I need, and sometimes I pick up stuff that I don't really need, but guess what? It comes in handy because, I always run into people that need something or something. They don't come running to me, asking me and begging me, but people have birthdays or people are sick. It's different kind of situations, you know what I'm saying? So I like to give. I love to give, not like. I love to give. I give somebody, just to see a smile on their face or something, because it's so much hardship going on right now, and people can't cope. They trying to, but it's hard. So I don't mind. I don't mind giving giving a hand here, giving a hand there. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not rich or nothing like that, but the little bit I have, I don't mind sharing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a selfish person. Never was and never will be. So, even if it's food, I give, like I go to the pantry, I volunteer and stuff like that. I bring back food over here and I give to people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I meet people on the street and they some folks, they be like, where you got that stuff from? Can you give me some? And I reach into my cart and I said, would you like this? Would you like this? And I give them what they want. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. I don't know these folks from Adam and Eve, but that's how I am. And that's how a lot of y'all should be too. Not so hard up and holding on to everything that you have. Because when you die, you can't take none of that with you. I am dead serious. You cannot take nothing with you. And I remember my youngest sister, before she passed away, she said to me, girl, you can't work all the time and just take your money and pay bills. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. You got to spend some of that shit on yourself. You know what I'm saying? My sister, she used to work, but she used to shop. She used to buy a lot of different stuff and, go places. She enjoyed her life, you know what I'm saying? She had so many pictures, and in each picture she had on a different outfit, different hairstyle, different nail style. She was young. She died when she was 35, and yeah, she died from sarcoidosis. You can look that up, Google it and see what it is. It's an immune disorder, but you can look it up. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, we weren't really familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? But over time, we learned, and I schooled myself about it and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody else in the family that have it or had it or suffer with it or whatever, but she's the only one. And my other sister that passed away, she had lupus systematic, and that is something else. If you see the word, you look up lupus, you're gonna see the word. It's such a long, ugly word. Oh my God. And that disease, it's not something that you can catch, but that disease, the longness of the word is exactly how it takes the body through all these different stages and all this kind of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? She had a long battle with that, but God took her home. I don't know if it was her time or not, but he took her home, and you know, they both are hopefully resting in peace. But they both were Geminis. They were something else. I told you, Geminis, they are something else. They have two personalities, but they were nice in their own way. You know what I'm saying? And hard-headed, but they were nice in their own way, like I said. But God rest their soul. May they rest in peace. But yeah, folks. Um, my youngest sister, she told me that, and I was so shocked when she told me that, because I was like, oh my God, this girl is way younger than I. And listen to what she just told me. She's talking about spending the money, shopping and stuff like that. And here it is, you have bills to pay, you let alone paying your bill. Because she used to tell me, don't take all your money and pay bills. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be looking at her like she was crazy. I used to be like, is this girl out of her mind? I have to make sure I pay my bills. I don't want to be out in the street. I always worry about stuff like that. I always like to have a roof over my damn head. I'm not about splurging and let alone and paying my bills, my rent or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I don't want to be out in the street. And you see a whole lot of folks these days, they living like this one right here, living right here in the woods. You see the nobody bothered this person as yet, so they still in there, and thank God nobody bothered them. And in other places, people are living in worse places. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful, and I always make sure I try to pay my bills, because I don't want to be faced in that kind of situation. I don't. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring, but I don't want to be faced with that. So I advise y'all to stop splurging so much. First of all, make sure you pay your bills and stuff like that, and then you can splurge. And some folks, they splurge hard. They into the name brands and stuff, so they spend a lot of money for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just because they see their friend or their neighbor have it, they have to go out there and get it. Sometimes they take their rent money and buy the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to chill out with that nonsense. I am dead serious. Stop worrying about what your neighbor got or what your friend got. You don't know how the hell they got there. They could be selling their ass to get the shit. You know what I'm saying? But they not going to tell you. But you're going to take your rent money and you're going to go out there and buy the same exact thing that they have. And you don't know how much they spend for theirs or what they did to get it. So stop following what others are doing. I'm telling you, you got a mind. Use your own mind. I'm telling you. And I was looking at the tube last night, and It's very warm out here, you know. It's hot outside, but it's warm right here. I'm here on the balcony and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, oh my God, they talking about rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. But it's so much stuff coming up with this young man. You know what I'm saying? Now, allegedly, um, I'm hearing that he wasn't even, him and the lady that they claim he was married to, they weren't even married. You know what I'm saying? And the moms allegedly didn't have good insights of her. You know what I'm saying? And when your mother, well, they have some mothers that don't like whoever they son bring home or whatever, but in lots of cases, the mother be feeling that way because she already sees signs in the person. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about jealousy, but sometimes the mother sees what the person is all about. They might not know the whole history of the person, but they get that gut instinct. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, when your moms see something, when your moms tell you, oh, stay away from that person or whatever, you should freaking listen instead of saying, oh, that's my friend. I'm not going to quit being with my friend because you don't like the person or whatever. Your mom already seen shit that this person do or is into. You don't know everything about this person. You might think you do, but you don't know because you're not with this person 24/7. I am dead serious. So pay attention to when your mom tell you some shit. You know what I'm saying? They telling you it for your good. So yeah, they saying him and this young lady was not even married, and 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 she uses her name like different ways and stuff like that, and it's like she has so many different titles under her name. You know what I'm saying? What the heck did Malcolm Jamal Warner got himself into? You know what I'm saying? What did he get himself into? Stuff is coming out slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? So it's really looking like somebody did honor life him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, allegedly. But one of these days the truth will come out. Because sooner or later it always come out. Sooner or later them worms always come crawling out the can. And you can't put them back in because they be crawling and moving around so fast. So yeah, maybe he's not resting in peace right now because all of this stuff happened to him and his spirit is probably roaming around. But believe you me, his spirit is going to clap them MF that put him out. And it's going to clap all the others that was plotting against him. I am dead serious. Because when a person died, they spirit, they body, that just goes to the earth. But they spirit roams around. Especially if the person didn't die a proper way. The spirit roams. The spirit roams around. Do y'all watch movies and stuff like that? And you see how the spirit be haunting the person and it stays in the house and stuff like that? That shit is true. It's not just movies. It is true. The spirit roams the earth. The spirit will get you. Whoever hurt you or whatever, the spirit will haunt you until you yourself confess or you commit suicide, something, but the spirit will get you. Believe it or not. And I do believe in that strongly. You cannot hide. You might think you hiding, but the spirit sees you. I am dead serious. Sometimes you can't even sleep because that spirit is right there on you. I'm telling you. So yeah. But all is good, and it's a lovely day. Excuse me. It is a lovely day. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all yesterday while we was at bingo, the manager, Debbie, the regional manager, she's over here. Apparently they didn't hire a new person as yet. But she was over here helping out because the other manager, he works in the other building and sometimes he works over here. Guess what? She went into the refrigerator where we all were in the conference room playing bingo, and to her surprise, her lunch was gone. She opened up the refrigerator, she looked in, and then she came out with this look on her face. So one of the ladies said to her, "What happened?" So she said, "My lunch is gone, it's not there." The lady looked like she wanted to bust out laughing because I saw the way how her face was looking, but she just turned her head, and then she tried to console her, but then she moved away. You know what I was saying to myself? That's good for her ass. That's good for her ass. Because you cannot trust no one. You know what I'm saying? And plus, this woman, she is not all that nicey nicey. She pretends to be nice, but she's not. Everyone already seen the way how she is. You know what I'm saying? She tries to put that front on, but no, she's not. She's not nice. You could tell. That's the one that I had asked her. I was like, damn, what kind of I didn't say damn, I call her by name, and I said, what is going on over here? This building is for seniors, you know what I'm saying? And every time you turn around, the rent is just going up. We all living on a fixed income here, come on. So she was like, "Oh, Jennifer, you have to speak to the federal government." You know what I'm saying? I did not like that answer. I just said, "Okay," and I just dismissed myself. You know what I'm saying? I just dismissed myself. But I didn't like the answer and the way she said it. She was like harsh but trying to be nice. You know what I'm saying? I cannot stand fake MFs. I just can't. And the way how I am, I would have went off on her, but I said, just hold your peace. Just keep your peace. Relax, relax. So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But any other time, I would have went off on her because that was not nice how she said it. You know what I'm saying? What the federal government got to do with this? This building, these two buildings are privately owned. I Google it. I did my homework. They're privately owned. And the owners, the owner, the original owner died, a rich man, and his son took over. And they have a lot of money. They have a lot of places. They have these same buildings. They have some in Kissimmee. They have them all over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about other states, but here in Florida. And you know, they can do something better about that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to. They just trying to drain every little cent out of the person. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people is moving out of here. People are moving in and a lot are moving out. You know what I'm saying? Because once they come in and they see how the rent is moving up like that, they don't stick around. They don't stick around. But there's other senior places that, the rent is higher than here. You know what I'm saying? It's higher than here. So if you can afford it, you stay until you can do better. I'm going to stay until I can do better because I have other plans. You know what I'm saying? But everything takes time. So I'm working on it. But in the meantime, I'm just enjoying. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no other complaints. A lot of people have other complaints, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't really complain about anything. I just try to live and abide by what I have or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people here, they have complaints because they don't like rules. You have to follow rules no matter where you go. But a lot of folks don't like rules. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to play, like the men, they used to play dominoes and they were playing for money, I was told. And they put a stoppage to that. So, you know, a lot of them didn't like that. So a lot of them moved out, not because of that, you know, mainly because of the rent going up, but a lot of them move out, you know, and I hear a lot of them complain about, oh, too many rules and stuff like that. And you know what I say to them? Y'all have to follow rules. What the hell? Where y'all think y'all at? These people, you know, these people don't want their place being destroyed and stuff like that. You see the signs that say no gambling. Y'all playing for money, no gambling. What's wrong with y'all playing and not trying to make money off of the other person? You know what I'm saying? Come on. And then there's no drinking or there's no smoking. A lot of them used to want to smoke on the premises. There's no smoking and no drinking. So those that smoke and drink, you know, they used to go outside on the street, on the side of the building, and they would smoke they cigarettes or whatever the hell they be smoking, and they have their beers and they be drinking, and show you how disgusting they are. They would leave the cans out there by the bus stop and stuff like that. So you know they stop all of that, because you tearing down the area, you tearing down the area. You know what I'm saying? That don't look good. And this is what a lot of black people and some Spanish people, I'm not saying all of them, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They just love to hang around and sit around, smoke and drink, talk a whole bunch of shit, and argue and fight, and leave all the debris right there where they at, and they'll just walk away and leave it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. This happens all the time in every goddamn neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? This is everywhere. So, you know, people want to live in a nice place. You know what I'm saying? And these buildings are brand new, and it's safe around here. You know what I'm saying? It's clean and everything. They you know, the workers keep up the place. You know, so what's wrong with you helping and not destroying the place? You know what I'm saying? So to hell with them anyway. You know, and yeah, you know, they gotta try to keep it together. But you know, too bad that she lost her food, you know, but with all the money that they make, because she's married to one of the people that that is ownership to here. So, you know, I was told her husband has a lot of money too. So there was nothing wrong with her making a phone call and ordering some more food. I'm quite sure that's probably what she did. But she the stupid one. You have to be more mindful. Why would you put your food out there in a refrigerator where anybody could go in the conference room and they can take your stuff or whatever? They shouldn't do it, but first of all, I wouldn't put my food in there because anybody could go in there and put anything in the food. You know what I'm saying? Why would you even want to do that? I wouldn't want to do that. What she should have had was a little refrigerator inside the office, because they locked the office. So I don't know if the conference room is locked now or not. I don't know if she's going to be angry and lock the conference room where nobody can go in there. Because, you know, people can go in there and watch TV if they want to. Because some folks don't like staying in their own apartment. So they would go downstairs and they would watch TV in there. That's where they used to play the dominoes too. But that stopped. And then they have other areas where the lounge areas where you could sit and read or conversate or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then they have the little gym, you can go in there and stuff like that. But a lot of them don't take advantage of the gym, you know what I'm saying? I do, but a lot of them don't. To each their own. But who knows? She'll probably lock the door. I didn't go downstairs today. I'll go downstairs later on to check my mailbox. But other than that, I'll be right back upstairs, you know. Yeah, so, and y'all know a lot of this stuff happens all the time, everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Because they have some people that just don't like nice things. So they try to destroy it, you know what I'm saying? But they have some people that like nice things and they want to keep it that way. So, yeah. So I hope she'll be smart enough not to put her lunch in there anymore. She might not want to invest in a refrigerator because she don't come here all the time. But you should invest in a refrigerator because the other managers, they be here too. So you got all that money. Your husband make all that money. You could take some of that money and buy a refrigerator and put inside the office. It don't have to be a big one, a small one. Put in both offices. So the managers that's here, they can put their food in there. You know what I'm saying? So stop being cheap. You're not being cheap with the tenants because y'all sure collecting that money when the month come every year. Y'all raising the rent, but y'all being cheap with getting a refrigerator to put in the office so y'all staff can feel comfortable. Oh my goodness. Well, what can I say? So that's good for her. Call me mean if y'all want. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're mean, you deserve to get treated that way. And I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all very much. And, you know, it's getting hot out here. I'm hot. The sun is not over here, but I'm getting hot. And yeah, you see how I did my hair. I did this last night. I'm not taking it out. I'm not doing nothing with it. It's very hot. And there's a little breeze. I'm feeling it. It feels good. Look at the water. Look at the water. It looks so good. Yeah. And I had wanted to go to the beach and stuff like that, but I'm kind of leery of going because I was reading about some of the beaches. They have oh, it's some kind of, I don't know what the hell to call it, creatures or some kind of crap that is in the water, and they were trying to warn people of going to certain beaches, because you could get sick or break out or whatever. I don't remember the whole thing right now. I saw it a little while back on YouTube. I don't remember the name of the beaches, but I'm leery of going to any beach right now. You know what I'm saying? I am just leery. It's summertime and so much crazy stuff is happening at the beach. Did y'all hear about that couple with their 6 kids? They lived in Pennsylvania and they came down to Florida and they went, I think it's Florida, they went, don't quote me, they went into the water, they went to the beach. First of all, I saw the way how the sand looked and the water looked kind of rough. I wouldn't even went to that beach. I wouldn't have never went to that beach. But this couple and the 6 kids, they went there and the tide and stuff was so rough. It took the mother and the father. The kids were trying to help rescue them, but they had to, the lifeguards or whatever, they told them to stay back. You know what I'm saying? So the mother and the father passed away. They got eaten by the sea. You know what I'm saying? That woman said, "Nobody, I'm taking y'all with me." You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to laugh and say that. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's exactly what the sea is a woman. I do believe that. And so they're warning folks to be careful going out into the ocean and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And if a tidal wave or whatever comes, and you caught in it, they say do not panic. Just go with it, and when it breaks, then you could swim back. Oh no, I wouldn't be doing nothing like that. First of all, I don't know how to swim. I don't really go way out in the water. I always stay at the edge, the washing we call it. I wouldn't suggest telling nobody to do stuff like that. Go with it. Yeah, don't panic, but who isn't gonna panic? Because right away you thinking about, oh, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna drown. So of course you're gonna panic. I don't care how good you know how to swim, but to tell the person don't panic and just go along with it, and when it breaks, then you swim back. I don't know about all of that. I just don't know about all of that. I don't think that's good advice. I don't know. I don't know what to tell the person. First of all, I would tell the person don't go in the damn water in the first place. Stay your ass right outside. If you go to a beach and you see the current is hot, that everything is like going crazy out there, why you even want to go in the water? Why would you want to go in the water? Take your ass and go back home. That's what I would do. But I don't know. Yep. So that's what happened to that couple. So these poor kids, I don't know their ages, but it's six of them, and they have, I guess, they didn't say that the whole six of them belong to the couple. So maybe they had different father or different mother. Maybe they are part parents of them. I don't know. But anyway, they brought the kids out for a little vacation, and now the kids have to go back home without them. They're going to be going home to a funeral. School is getting ready to start. You know how devastating that is for these kids. They're going to need a lot of therapy. They're going to need a lot of help. To the family out there, my condolences go out to all of you. Stay strong. I don't know how you can stay strong with something like that, but you just got to hang in there for them kids and give them all the help and the support that they need. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end on that note. So folks, be careful going out there to the beaches and stuff like that. Enjoy yourself, but don't indulge too much. And make sure you pay your bills and stuff before you go splurging. You don't want to be out on the street homeless, because you can go to family members, asking them to stay by their house. They might let you stay, and then again, they might not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they turn their chin the other way when they see you coming. They might be all close to you, but when they see that you need a place to live, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'm dead serious. Nothing. They wouldn't even give you a glass of water. So be careful out there, everyone. Be careful. Be safe. For real. And walk with your identification on you. Walk with your green card. Walk with your passport. Walk with some form of ID. Because ICE is not playing. You hear what I'm saying? ICE is not playing. They're doing their job. That's what they're told to do. That's what they're getting paid to do. So do what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't be cursing at ICE. Don't be fighting with ICE or whatever. Just do what you have to do. I'm dead serious. Be safe out there, folks. Peace out.